This is 2015 paper 2 October November. So we are going to do the solutions for this one. So this is paper 2. We adhere to the instructions, but one of the instructions that I need us to really concentrate much in is instruction number 3. The second one from the last, this one. So I'd like us to look at that one because it's really important. So now it says that if the degree of accuracy is not specified in the question, and if the answer is not exact, the answer should be given to 3 significant figures. Answers in degrees should be given to 1 decimal place. So I guess that's clear. We are going to follow that as we'll be working on, or as we'll be solving this paper. So question number 1 says that Borata uses part of her monthly allowance to pay rent and to buy groceries. She paid 2,140 as rent, and after paying rent she had 6,420 pula left. Calculate her monthly salary. So this one demands us to find the monthly salary of Borata. So we are told that she uses her monthly allowance for rent and for groceries. So we are going to add those two. So therefore rent is this one and the money left is this one. So therefore now we are going to calculate those. So she paid 2,140 as rent, and after paying rent she was left with that. So therefore we are simply going to add them. So you can just do that by calculator, but it's 2 marks. You need to show your working, so 1 mark is for the method. So it's going to be 6,420 plus 2,140. So you're going to add those. 0 plus 0 is a 0, 2 plus 4 is a 6, and then a 5, and then 8. So this implies that her money is 8,560 pula. The units are provided, so therefore you take the whole of 2 marks. And then it says that number B, we're moving on to number B. It says Borata used 1/5 of her monthly allowance to buy groceries. Calculate the amount of money she used to buy, or she used for groceries. So 1/5 of allowance. 1/5 of allowance, and how much is allowance? Allowance is that one we found, 8,560 pula. So we are simply going to punch that on the calculator. On the calculator, I encourage you to punch a fraction as a fraction. Let's not use divided, we can use ABC. So, or you can say open bracket 1/5 close bracket times 8,560 and then equal sign. So therefore from my calculator I find that it's 1,712 pula. So this implies that we're going to have 1,712 pula. So that is what you're going to find. And then moving on to the next question, question number C, I hope we all understand, is 1/5 of monthly allowance. And monthly allowance is the one that we calculated prior, or should I say in A above there. So we found out that the answer was 8,560 pula. So therefore 1/5 of such an amount, we simply multiply such, and then we get that as our number. So therefore number C, it says express the total amount of money she used for rent and groceries as a ratio in the lowest terms of her monthly allowance. This implies that we are going to say rent plus groceries is to monthly allowance in simple terms, or in lowest terms. So rent and groceries as a fraction, I'm sorry, I didn't say well. Okay, rent and groceries as a fraction in its lowest terms of her monthly allowance. So this means that we're going to say rent plus groceries over monthly allowance. So rent plus groceries. So this is what is this? This is groceries. Groceries is 1,712 plus rent. How much was rent? We are given in the question. The question says rent is 2140. It's 2140, 2,140 over allowance. And how much is allowance? Allowance is 8,560 pula. So maybe adding the above, it's 700, sorry, it's 1712, which is 1,712 pula plus 2,140 pula. So we're going to get it as 3,852. Then over, from your calculator, we are simply going to punch that 3,852 pula over 8,560 pula. So you're just going to punch that on the calculator, and then it's going to give you an answer. If it gives you a decimal, you should go ahead and press ABC, which should provide you a fraction form of such. So then I'm simply going to divide from here. It's 8,560. So therefore we get that it's 0.45. I use divided, so therefore as a fraction is going to be 9 over 20. 9 over 20 as a fraction in its simplest terms. So if you miss the answer, you're going to get some marks for the marking. So question number, for the working. Question number 2, we are done with question number 1. Question number 2, it says the total area of a country, the total area of a country is 112,622 square kilometers. The population density of the country is 76 people per square kilometer. Calculate the estimate of the total number of people in the country, giving your answer correct choosing and figures. So therefore, for us to get the total number of people, we are going to say that, remember that our country has this area 112,622 square kilometers. Square kilometers. So dividing these by people per square kilometer is going to give us, so remember that we have 76 people, per square kilometer. So square kilometer is a square kilometer, and then dividing that, we are going to have sorry, I made a mistake. We are not going to work it this way, so apologies pertaining that. This is wrong. We should simply multiply, because we should simply say that 1,000, we should simply say that 112,622 square kilometers times 76 people per square kilometer. Therefore square kilometer is going to cancel square kilometer, and then we are going to get people. So then our answer we are going to get from our calculator by punching 112,622 times 76 people. So we are going to get that our answer is going to be 8,559,272. So this is going to be the number of people. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. I should have written it here, because it says two significant figures, so it doesn't say standard form, right? So we calculate the estimate. Okay, yeah, it's fine. So it's going to be 8,559,272. So we are going to write it as two significant figures. It's going to be we are going to round off the third number, which is significant. So it's going to be 1, 2. We round off this one, so it rounds up. So we are going to get 8,600,000. So what is 8,600,000 people? So that is going to be our answer. So moving on to the next one, question number 3 is there. It says that an isosceles triangle is such that AB, an isosceles triangle is such that AC is equals to AB. Yeah, remember isosceles triangle has two equal sides. AC equals to BC and has the vertices. Vertices are corners, remember? Vertex. Okay. vertices. Okay, yeah, vertices. So the vertex A is 3,4 and vertex B is 7,4 and vertex C is 5,8. So calculate the length of AC. The length of AC, we are just going back to geometry, so it's going to be the distance between A and C. AC, but it's going to be the distance between A and C. So you're going to follow that formula for distance. So the distance of AC is going to be found by root of x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 plus y1 all squared, and remember all under root, and then we are going to have that AC. Remember, A is this one, C is that one. X2, let's use these ones as 2 x1, sorry, x2 y2, and then this one x1 y1. Okay. x2 minus x1, so it's going to be 5 minus 3, so root 5 minus 3 squared plus y2 minus y1, which is 8 minus 4 squared, and then all under root. So therefore now we are going to get that we are going to have root 5 minus 3 is going to be a 2, so it's going to be 2 squared. Yeah, I'm right. Okay, 2 squared plus 8 minus 4 is going to be a 4 squared. So therefore we are going to get that this is root 18. So 4 squared is going to be 16, and then 2 squared, oh sorry, not 18, 4 squared is going to be 16 and 2 squared is going to be 4. So therefore it's going to be 20. So it's going to be root 20. So then in maths you always resolve that. So you punch it in a calculator. Root 20 equals to, well, root 20 is equals to 4. You write it. Root 20 is 4.4747213595. Rounding it off to 3 cent figures, so it's going to be 1 2 3. This one will round down, so we're going to have 4.47. So that is going to be our answer. So then now it says that the line of symmetry, okay, this is fine, we're done with it. And then the line of symmetry of the triangle meets the line AB at M. The line AB at M. AB at M, remember the line AB is that one which is not equivalent to those ones, the one which are formed by the two vertices. Remember that a isosceles triangle is going to look like this, having these two equal. So they are saying that AC is equals to BC. So this is where we're going to have C, and then A, and then we have B. So AC is going to be equals to BC. So therefore they are saying that the line of symmetry of the triangle, remember it only has one symmetry, this one. The symmetry passes like that, passes there. So they are saying that it meets the line AB. The line AB, which is this line here, from here to there, it means the line AB at M. So therefore we have M there. So now the question says, what are the coordinates of M? And this is simple. You just look at A and look at B. So then we are looking for that coordinate which is in the middle of them. So therefore it's a midpoint. So the formula for midpoint is let me decrease the thickness a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so it's gonna be x bar comma y bar, which is given by x1 plus x2 over 2 comma y1 plus y2 over 2. So then now the point M is our midpoint of A, B. So here we have A and here we have B. So therefore, what are the x values for A? For A it's going to be a 3 plus that one. For B it's a 7 over 2 comma for B, sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, no, it's fine. Okay, so x value for A is 3 and x value for B is 7. So it's 3 plus 7 over 2 comma y value for A, it's going to be a 4 plus y value for B, it's going to be a 4 as well. over 2. So therefore you're going to have 3 plus the 7 is a 10, so therefore we're going to have a 10 over 2 comma 8 over 2. So then this is going to be 5 comma 4. It's going to be 5 comma 4 is our answer. So that's it, we get our 2 marks. And then we move further to the next one. Question number 4, it says a pie chart below shows the number of vehicles sold in 1 year by a dealer. So the types of vehicles sold are sedan, minibus, and pickup. The total number of the vehicles is 496. So we have a minibus there. We can see a minibus is perpendicular, or should I say it is forming a 90 degree. Pickup trucks is greater than 90, and sedan is greater than 90 as well. So then now it says that calculate the number of minibuses sold in 1 year by the dealer. So minibus is the one for 90 degrees. Remember, you should know your pie chart. It's 90 degrees. This one you can see. This box in there shows us that it's a 90 degrees. So we're simply going to say 90 degrees over a total revolution, and the revolution is 360, times the total number of cars, or should I say vehicles, 96. So therefore you punch on a calculator. Remember, 90 over 360 is 1/4. Let me just punch 90 over 360. 90 over 360 times the total number of cars, 496. It's going to be 124. So we have 124 minibuses. 124 minibuses. So that's it. And then moving on to the next one. This one here, question number 5. Or you need to review that. But it's easy. It's good. Okay. It's not like always they will give you. It's not like always they will give you as stated, or should I say as easy as is. Maybe next time they will say calculate the number of vehicles which are not minibuses. So there is just simple application of maths. You just need to know that, okay, minibus is 90, therefore the rest is going to be 360 minus 90, and then you calculate. So it's not really hard, but think twice before you attempt a question. Let's not just rush, because that's why we're prone to make mistakes. We are prone to make mistakes if we rush. So then now moving to question number 5, it says express 6 over x plus 5 over x minus 3 as a single fraction. So first of all, we need the lowest common multiple of our denominators, or should I say the lowest common denominator. So then here we don't have a common denominator, so therefore we are simply going to put them together, or by multiplication put them close together, x minus 3. So now you're going to say this x, this one, into this whole thing, x into x times x minus 3. X is going to cancel x, so we're going to remain with x minus 3 times the numerator. So we are going to have 6 times x minus 3, then plus x minus 3 into this whole thing, x minus 3 into this whole thing. We're going to have x, then x times the numerator. So it's going to be 5 times x, which is 5x. Therefore, you're going to simplify, or you're going to remove the brackets. 6 times x is going to be 6x. Remember, this 6 goes for x, and this 6 goes for negative 3 as well. So 6 times x is 6x, and then 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Negative 18 plus 5x. And then remember, over x times x minus 3 is equals to, we add like terms. So those of x are the same, so it's 6x plus 5x minus, sorry about that, minus 18. So over x minus 3. So therefore we are going to have that it's 11x minus 18 over x times x minus 3. Advice: don't mess up with the denominator unless if need be. But otherwise, just leave the denominator as is, because it will waste your time. So if there is need for it to simplify, you'll see you'll be having common things. You'll be at the top, you might be having a product, or you might be having x falling on both sides. So that's when you can maybe think of simplifying. But when we are here, we are good. Okay, next. It says the table below shows the number of candidates who obtained grade A, B, and C and D in a national examination. The total number of candidates is 38,388. So as you can see them there, grades and the number of candidates. Grade A is 595, grade B is 15,042, grade C is 17,755, grade D is 4,996. So number A asks, it says which grade was obtained by most candidates. So this is, we are looking for the mode, the one with the highest frequency or the highest number of appearances. This one of 17,000 is the one which is large, so therefore it is grade C. And the number B says the candidates who obtained either grade A or grade B were all admitted at college. Calculate as a percentage the number of candidates who were admitted at college. Remember that A plus B, they went to college. A plus B went to college. A and B, or should I say, all of them, they went to college. So therefore, we are going to have, remember we are asked to calculate it as a percentage. So therefore, we're going to have that the total number of students who obtained A plus those of B all over the total number of students times 100. So therefore, we are going to have 595 plus 15,042 over the total number is 38,388, remember, times 100%. Then you punch it on the calculator. You say open brackets 595 plus 15,042 close bracket over 38,388 times 100%. So let me try that. 595 plus 15,042 close bracket over 38,388 times 100%, or should I say just 100. So our answer is going to be 40.73408,357, and then rounding that off, because you see it doesn't end, but it's exact, this one. If you press ABC, you get a fraction part of it. Yeah, but rounding it off, you're going to have 40.7%, because rounding off, you're going to round this one, it will round down. So yeah, I hope we're good. So we can move further to the next one. Number 7 says calculate the value of that. Give your answer to 2 decimal places. So first we are going to punch it on our calculator. This is how we are going to punch it. We are going to press root, and then we are going to press open bracket 8.33 minus 3.75. This is testing the use of calculator. Then the divided part you're going to use here is ABC, open bracket 2.65 minus 1.35 close bracket equal sign. Or you should put everything in brackets. Let me say, put everything in brackets. Putting big brackets so the root covers everything. Yeah. So then punching that, you're going to have root, open bracket, and then another open bracket, the one on top here. I hope you can see it. This one close to 8, this one here 8. So it's going to have open bracket, it's going to be 8.33, sorry about that, minus 3.75 close bracket, and then divided by or over open bracket again 2.65 minus 1.35 close bracket. This is the close bracket you see after 5, this one. And then remember, you have to close another bracket for the whole root, close bracket again. Then we're going to get our answer. The answer we get here is 1.876986,128. 2 decimal place number 1, number 2, we round off this one, it rounds up, so it's going to be 88. It's going to be 1.88. So that's it, we are clean. So I hope you're good. So that's it. And then number B, no, not number B, number 8, it says solve a pair of simultaneous equations below. We have that x minus 4y is equals to 23 and y is equals to 2x plus 3. So you decide to put them in one way or the other. You can put the x's on one side, x and y on one side, or you may choose to make y the side of the formula. It is up to you totally. So then you try to resolve. So let's put numbers alone. Let's leave numbers alone on the other side of the equal sign. Okay, so then we're going to manipulate this one. Manipulating it, we are going to have that. We're going to take this 2x to the other side. Taking 2x to the other side, so then you're going to have negative 2x plus y is equals to 3. Then you have those two simultaneous equations. So you're going to have x minus 4y is equals to 23 and negative 2x plus y equals to 3. And then you find a way of, by scalars, you find a way of equating one coefficient, even if they might not be of the same sign, but we choose either we make the coefficient of x to be the same or the coefficient of y to be the same. So I don't like my numbers to go up or to be as big, so I'll make sure I make that of y to be the same. But you choose, you can make that of x. Making that of x, for you multiply the above you multiply the above equation by some scalar, so that one variable can be having a constant coefficient, or should I say same coefficient. So now multiplying the beneath by a 4, so I get a 4 here by a 4. Remember that equal sign has in the brackets, the equal sign should not be in brackets. So okay, maybe I should do that. Yes, this is mathematically right. So then remember, copying down the above equation, you're going to have x minus 4y is equals to 23. And then the beneath, you're going to have 4 times negative 2x, so it's going to be negative 8x, plus 4 times y is going to be 4y is equals to 3 times 4, which is a 12. Then we are going to eliminate the y's. So one y is negative and the other one is positive, so we are simply going to add. So simply adding, we're going to have x plus negative 8x, so this is simply going to be negative 7x. Then negative 4y plus 4y is going to be a 0. And then 23 plus 12 is going to be a 35, a solid 35. So then now of our equation we have, let me take it up there, of our equation we have that negative 7x is equals to 35, and then x is equals to 35 over 7, which is what, a 5, I don't know. 35 divided by a negative 7 is how much? I think it's a 5. 35 divided by a negative 7, it's going to be a negative 5. So it's a negative 5. This is for x. Then y, we already have y as the subject of the formula on this equation there. The last equation, this one there. I hope you can see it. So we can take it and plug it there right away. So therefore, y is equals to 2 times negative 5 plus 3. So 2 times negative 5 is a negative 10. Negative 10 plus 3. It's a negative 7. It's a negative 7. To be a negative 7. So x is a negative 5. Then y is a negative 7. Then we are done. We get our 3 marks. So this is solving by elimination. So you can solve by substitution. You might just take this y, plug it on the other equation and stuff. But yeah, either method you choose. But here it's easier to use elimination or substitution. You can't use graphically here because we don't even have a grid. So, and this is paper 2, remember. Okay, question number 9. This is distance time graph. So the diagram below shows the speed time graph of a car starting from rest. So the diagram is there. So this is speed, or should I say velocity, and then this is time. So starting speed it's 0 and p is the final speed. Then it goes with that constant speed for a time. It goes down with that constant speed for a time, and then after a certain distance, then it decelerates until it stops. So then the statement says that the car covers a total distance of 150 meters in the first 25 seconds. Show that p is equals to 12. We are to show that this value here is a 12. So therefore now remember this, we are given a hint of distance. And remember that this graph is speed time graph. In speed time graph, we know what is distance in speed time graph. In speed time graph, we know that d is equals to area under the graph. So therefore we are simply going to calculate area under the graph. So what is the graph, or should I say what is the shape of our graph? It's a triangle. The first 25 seconds we stop here. So that area is how much? Area under the graph, we're going to say that area under the graph, which means that is 150. Hey, my 5 is not so well, guys. I'm sorry for my handwriting. 150 meters. 150 meters is equals to half base. Base is a 25. 25 seconds times height. Height is p. We don't know p. So the question was saying that show that p is a 25. So we can simply make p the sum of the formula from here. So take 25 to the other side and take 2 to the other side. You can simply multiply by 2 both sides. So we're going to have 2 times 150 is equals to 25 times p. And then you take 25 to the other side. Then you're going to have that p is equals to 2 times 150 over 25. And then you simplify. You can do by head or not, either one is fine. So 25 into 100, 25 into 100 is a 4, then 25 into 50 is a 2. So therefore it's a 6, 6 times 2 is a 12. So then your p is a 12. Hence shown. Then we're good. We bank our 2 marks. I hope you're good. You can punch it on a calculator since this is paper 2. So now so question number B, Roman 1, it says, let me not go off the graph. Yeah, okay, it says that the acceleration in meters per second squared of the car during the first 25, calculate the acceleration in meters per second squared of the car during the first 25 seconds. The first 25 seconds is there, we are given. So remember acceleration. In speed time graph, acceleration or deceleration is simply the slope of the graph. So here it is looking for acceleration. So therefore, we are simply going to have that m, or the gradient of our graph, which is acceleration. Acceleration, of which you can say is m. What is m? M is dy dx, difference in y divided by difference in x. So difference in y values divided by difference in y values. So therefore, we are going to have difference in speed divided by difference in time. Yeah, difference in speed divided by difference in time. So now we know the value of m. The value of p. Sorry about that. The value of p. So the value of p is a 12. So we are going to have a 12. Final speed minus initial speed. Again, 12 is final speed, which is as well our bigger y, minus initial speed. Our initial speed is 0. So 12 minus 0 divided by our time. And our time is going to be, final time is going to be 25. 25 minus our initial time is 0. So it's going to be 12 over 25. 12 over 25. So it's 12 over 25. You can leave it that way, or you can take it to decimals. So our answer is going to be 12 over 25. You can leave it like this. I don't encourage decimals, but decimal form is going to be this, meters per second squared. And remember that in paper 2 you have to make sure that you transfer the correct answer to the answer space. If you copy down the wrong one here, you are hammered. you will be hammered. They will mark you wrong for one mark, and then the other mark you will take from your working. But if you copy it down well, then you are safe. Okay, let's continue. 2 marks back again. It says the total distance moved, the total, sorry, hey, yeah, I can't talk. Roman 2, number B. The total distance covered by the car. Oh, it's calculate. Number B, B row in figure 2. It says calculate the total distance covered by the car in 125 seconds. Remember that distance in speed time graph always is area under the graph. So what is this? What is this shape? I forgot what it's called. Is it a trapezium or what? Something like that. That one of formula which says that a plus b over 2 times height. That one. Or you can simply calculate them singular by singular, should I say one by one. So this is s for distance. I don't know how it's resembled in physics, but I think it's s. So is equals to a would be the distance from here to there. That distance is what? 75 minus 25. How much is it? It's a 50. So we're going to have a 50 plus b, and b is going to be the whole thing from a 0 right through to 125. So it's going to be 125 over 2 times height. What is height? Height is the p we were calculating earlier on, or the p we are told. It's a 12. And then you simply punch on the calculator. It's going to be 50 plus 125 equals, then you say divided by 2, you get 87.5. The 87.5 is the one we're going to multiply by 12 times 12. So it's going to be 1050, which is 1050. So it's going to be 1050 meters. Or you can calculate it one by one, or let me just do by one other method here. Or remember that we know that the first triangle, this triangle here, this one we know is 150. I get from number A. We are told number A is 150 plus the second shape, this one there, it is a rectangle, I suppose. So it's going to be 75 minus 25 is going to be a 50. It's going to be 50 by 12. 50 times 12 plus the last one, this one is going to be 125 minus 75. I don't know how much is that. Listen, 50 again. It's going to be 50, and it's a triangle. So it's going to be half of 50 times height, which is a 12 again. And then we're going to have our answer from that one. So calculating as well, it's going to give us 1050. Let me check. Maybe I'm misleading you, but I doubt. So it's 150 plus 50 times 12, which is that, plus half of 50, which is 25 times 12. So it's 1050 as well, it's the same. So yeah, that's it, fellows. Question number 9. Question number 10. Question number 10, unfortunately, I don't have the drawing instrument, but I can hint you on how you can do it. Had I had the instrument on the laptop, I would demonstrate, but my bad. Okay. 3 power stations K, L, and M are such that K is 60 kilometers due north. 60 kilometers due north of L. Due north of L, which is right on top of L. Right on top of L. When you move from L going there, you're going to have K somewhere. You're going to have K somewhere. You're going to have K somewhere. And then they say that M is on a bearing of 130 from K. M is on a bearing of 130 from K. L is going to be 130. Remember, this is 90 degrees. So 130 is going to be a little bit more. This is M. M will be that. So 130. And will end on a bearing of 70 from L. Then if L is here, remember, we can have a 90 like that, which means it's going to be within a 90. So it can be something like that. But we are going to, of course, use our protractors and our rulers to measure, because this, your drawing should be to scale. So now, Okay, answering the question, this was just a hint, fellows. What I drew was just a hint. So it says, using the scale of 1 centimeter to represent 10 kilometers, construct a scale diagram showing positions of the 2 power stations. The position of the power station L is marked below. L is the one provided. So remember that 10 kilometers for 1 centimeter, so which means that this is going to be 6 centimeters. Those other ones we are given just the angles. So now what you're going to do, you're just going to take your north, draw your north with your ruler, draw your north, or should I rub? Let me rub and demonstrate again. Okay, we are there. You can have your north like that, but mine is not straight. Yours will be straight because we'll be using a ruler. 6 centimeters. So probably somewhere there. Say position what? What are we looking for? We're looking for K. This will be K due north. That is north there. So that means you put it down by a solid line because that's what you're looking for. And then we are told that M is on a bearing of 130. M is on a bearing of 130 from K. So if K is here, we take our protractor with 0 being on our north. Remember that 0 should be on our north. With 0 being on our north from K, 0 of the protractor, remember, being on our north, we are going to measure counting from there to 130. We are going to pass that angle of 90, so which means that we are going to find our angle at somewhere there. So then you're going to dot the position, the possible position. So then you leave it like that, and then you move into the next instruction. It says that M should be as well 0.70 degrees from L. L is here. You put your protractor here with 0 being on this line as well. Measure 70 clockwise. Remember, bearings are always measured in a clockwise direction, remember. So measuring clockwise, measure clockwise 70 degrees. We are not going to surpass 90 degrees. And then as well you can dash it. And then their intersection point is going to be M, because it has to be 130 degrees from, it should be on a bearing of 130 degrees of K, and it should be 70 degrees of L. So that is going to be M. Then you get your 3 marks. And then the next one, number B, says that measure and write down the actual distance of the power station M from the power station K. So you're simply going to measure by a ruler. You're going to measure by a ruler K to M. Then you find whatsoever number. Whatsoever number you're going to find. Remember, they are saying actual they mean on ground, times the scalar we're using, 10 times 10 kilometers. And then you're going to have your answer there. Okay. If you're going to find a 7, you're going to be saying 7 times 10, and then it becomes a 70. So I'm not saying it's a 7. I don't know what it is because myself I can't measure it. I did not do the diagram precisely. And then number C says that what is the bearing of L from M? The bearing of L from M. Then we need the wachamako, what do you call it? Then we need the compass. We need our north at M. We need our north at M, and then we measure going clockwise direction up until we go to the line of L. So we are going to look for this one. I don't know how much it's going to be. We can call it theta. So that's pretty much it. Or you can measure this one, or you can measure this one, because it's the one which can fall in a protractor. Measure this one and then subtract it from 360, because you know that whatever the other side is going to be what we are looking for. So yeah, that will be pretty much it on loss and construction. So number 11, we're talking about a company and mean and what. So the next one says that a company has 6 employees. A company has 6 employees. The salaries of the 5 employees are 2,200, 1,300, and 800, the other one is 940, the other one is 560. And it says when the sixth employee is included, the total monthly salaries of the employees become 7,000. That is the total monies paid to the employees. It becomes 7,000. Number A says calculate the salary of the sixth employee. So therefore, this is simply mean. This is simply mean, something like mean. Okay, so now total salaries. They are saying it becomes 7,000 when we add the other one. We don't know. We are going to call X. That one we're going to call him. We're going to call that salary X, or that figure X. So therefore, we are simply going to add our salaries, which is 2,200 plus 1,300 plus 800 plus 940 plus 560 plus the unknown, which is X, equals to 7,000. So then we are solving for X. Simple. We add those that we know simply by calculator. Is paper 2, free to use a calculator. 2,200 plus 1,300 plus 800 plus 940 plus 560. We get that the total is 580. So we are going to take this one here. When you add these ones, it will give you 5,800. Yeah, 5,800. So you take it to the other side. Therefore, X is simply 7,000 minus 5,800. 7,000 minus that. So we are simply going to have 1,200. So therefore, the salary of the unknown is going to be 1,200. Number B. I hope we are fine. We just took the summation of that, put it to the other side by a minus sign, and then we get 1,200. Number B, it says the company is joined by 2 more employees whose salaries are equal. The mean salary of all the 8 employees is 1,100. So calculate the monthly salary of each of the 2 employees. So remember that now already for the 6 employees that we have calculated in number A, as per number A given, or should I say as per the statement given, we know that the total salaries of all the employees is 7,000, right? The company is popping out 7,000. Then now number B saying that on top of the 7,000, we have 2 more were added. 2 more employees were hired onto the company. So therefore, and those 2 more employees, they have the same salary, they have equal salaries, which means that we are going to have the total monies which are going to leave the company is going to be 7,000 plus 2 of some amount. Then that some amount we do not know, we can call it Y. We can call it Y. So then we are going to have that the total monies leaving the company is going to be 7,000 plus 2Y. Then now, this number here we are given, it's a mean. This is a mean. This is a mean, or should I say an average. So we are simply going to get the numbers that I've been talking about divided by the number of employees, and then we should get that. So we are simply going to say 700 plus 2Y over how many employees now? Now we have 8. It should be 110. Hey, sorry, 1,100. It should be 1,100. And we are simply making 2Y the subject of the formula. Multiply by 8, multiply by 8. We are simply going to get that. This is not 700, it's 7,000, fellows. So 7,000 plus 2Y is equals to multiply by 8, multiply by 8. So we are going to get 8,800. 8,800. And then take 7,000 to the other side. We are going to have that 2Y is equals to 800. 8 what? Not 800. We're going to have 8,800 minus 8,800 minus 7,000. So subtracting that, I believe you're going to get 1,800. Subtracting that, then from there, I'm just redirecting it there. Okay, so now we're going to have y divided by, so y is equals to that number divided by 2. That number, let me check if at all my arithmetic is correct, minus 7,000. Yeah, is 1,800. 1,800 divided by 2. Therefore, y is equals to, I don't know, 900. Yes, it's going to be 900. So therefore, each of those ones is going to get 900. Remember, at this statement here, where we have 2y, that. Remember, 2y is the salaries of the two guys added together. Y plus y, right? So their salary added together is going to be 1,800. But each is going to be 1,800 divided by 2 because they are 2. So there is going to be 900. So I guess we are fine. Yeah, that was it. Number 12. See that a cuboid has a length of 25 centimeters. I hope you know what a cuboid is. A cuboid is a prism. A cuboid is a rectangular prism whose base is what? Whose cross section, sorry, whose cross section is just square, if not a rectangle. Yeah, something like that. So a cuboid has a length of 25 centimeters, width of 5 centimeters, and a height of x minus 2 centimeters. Write an expression in terms of x for the volume. Volume, remember, is length times width times height. Volume is length times width times height. And so simply putting them together by multiplication. Okay, we're gonna have 25 times 5 times x minus 2. So 25 times 5, 25 times 4 is 100. Then adding another 25 is going to be 125. So we can leave it there as 125 times x minus 2. We can leave it there. 125 times x minus 2. Or you can resolve it, guys. You can resolve it if you want. If you want, you can still expand. Then, what is it? 125 times x is going to be 125x. 125x minus 125 times 2. 125 times 2, is it going to be 250? Yes. Hey, it's going to be minus 250. So either one of them is fine, guys. So don't worry. Because we simply want an expression, not simplified. It says give an expression. But don't be too worse and provide it as a row. But either way, you get the mark. So now, number B says the volume of the cuboid is 750 centimeter cubed. So it says form an equation in terms of x to represent this information. So you simply take this, equate it to, simply take the answer you got there, equate it to that, and you get a 1 mark. So as per what I wrote, it's going to be 125 x minus 2 is equals to 750. So that's the equation, you get a mark. Solving the equation, 125 x minus 2 equals to 750. Then divide everything by 125, divide by 125. Then x minus 2 is equals to, punch on your calculator, 750 divided by 125. It's a 6. It's a 6. Then take 2 to the other side, plus 2 plus 2. Therefore, x is 8. Therefore, x is equals to 8. And then that's it. And then the question says, number C, you are good. You package your 2 marks. Number 2, it says that hence or otherwise calculate the height of the cuboid. So what is the height? You go back to the question. The height is x minus 2. So the height is x minus 2. And what is x? Is 8. So 8 minus 2 is a 6. So therefore the height is 6 centimeters. I guess we are good. Number 13, it says that the point 2, -1 lies on a straight line. 3y. The point 2, negative 1 lies on a straight line. 3y plus x plus d. Calculate the value of d. So what you're going to simply do, you're going to simply substitute in the y value and the x value. Remember that given like this is the y value, this is the x value. X value, y value. So you plug them there. So what is the y value? It's going to be 3 times y value is negative 1 is equals to x value is 2 plus d. Take this 2 to the other side. You're going to have negative 3 minus 2 is d. So therefore negative 5 is d. Therefore d is negative 5. I guess you're good. Then number B, or did I not do it well? Let me check. So 3y, 3 of negative 1 is negative 3, and then 2 plus d. Taking 2 to the other side. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Number B, it says another straight line passes through the point. Another straight line passes through the point 0, 5 and through the point 3, negative 4. Right? So what is the equation of the line? Okay, so first of all, remember the equation of a straight line, we need a gradient and we need the y-intercept. We need the gradient and we need the y-intercept. So by the look of eyes, already we have the y-intercept. Remember that the y-intercept, for the y-intercept, this is where the equation is crossing the y-axis, and the y-axis are at x is equals to 0. The x value where the y-axis are positioned is x is equals to 0. So therefore we already have our y-intercept there, or our constant value. So therefore we are looking for m as the gradient. M, we are simply going to say x1, y1, x2, y2. So gradient still is dy dx. So it's going to be negative 4 minus 5, negative 4y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So 3 minus 0. So it's going to be negative 9 over 3, which is negative 3. Therefore, our equation is y is equals to negative 3x plus c. And our c, remember, is already 5. Our c is 5. Or we can say, take this equation, plug it in, we'll see. So then, we are good. Our equation is y is equals to negative 3x plus 5. Y is equals to negative 3x plus 5. I think it's good. I hope we are well. Number 14. It says the diagram below shows the triangle A. Draw the image of A under an enlargement of scale factor negative 2 with center 0, 0. So scale factor of negative 2. Okay, so usually what I do, I measure the distance between my center and the point of interest. So let's say that this point is A, this is B, this is C. You measure either of the distances, either just horizontal or vertical or whatever. And remember that this is our center. Negative scale factor means that you're going to find our image on the other side, on the opposite side of the center. So therefore, our image should be positioned somewhere this side. Okay, so now the distance from, should I say the diagonal squares, the diagonals. Now let me just count by the boxes. So we have one box from A to the center. So now we're going to multiply that box by 2. So we're going to have 2 boxes. So therefore this is where we are going to have our A dash, our image for A. And then this one, how many squares? It's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 1. So it's going to be 3, 1. So this to that is going to be 3, 1, 3, 1, negative 3, 1. Then adding those, you're going to have a 6, 2. So our image now is 6, 2. Or should I put it like this? First find a column vector for your original image. So A is A, this one A, is negative 1, negative 1. So it's negative 1, negative 1. And then now for you to find a dash, you're going to have negative 1, negative 1 times negative 2. So then what you're going to get there is a 2, 2. Then 2, 2 is positioned there from our center. So this was for A. Now for B, it's going to be this one. Okay, it's going to be negative 3, negative 1. Negative 3, negative 1. Sorry about that. I shouldn't do that triangle thing there. Negative 1, negative 1. And then our answer is going to be negative 2 times negative 3 times negative 1, which is 6, 2. As this is B dash, yeah. This is B dash, yeah. And then C. Let me rub and write well, yeah. Let me rub and write well, yeah. My apologies about that. So B dash, or should I say B image, we're going to have negative 2 times negative 3, negative 1. This is going to be 6, 2. So yeah, I hope you will. Then number C, what is C? From here to C, we're going to have, this is negative 3, and then we go to the left 2 steps, negative 2. Then now C dash is going to be negative 2 times negative 3, negative 2. So this is going to be 6, 4, positive. So now we have our images. So B dash is going to be 6, 2, 6, 2. So is the diagram well? Because I'm confused. I didn't do it well. I swapped. Sorry about that, fellows. Sorry about that. Ooh, apologies. I swapped the y values and the x values. So let me do corrections. I really apologize for your time. I know this video is going to take a whole lot of your time. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, so B is going to be x value for B. B x value, we go to the left, is negative 1. Is negative 1, and then down it's going to be negative 3. I did swap them. So then now B dash is going to be negative 2 times negative 1, negative 3, which is 2, 6. And then C, coming for C is going to be negative 2, negative 3, negative 2, negative 3. Then C dash is going to be negative 2 times negative 2, negative 3, which is 4, 6. So now having our images, the image for B is going to be 2, 6. From here 2, 6, 1, 2, and then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is where our B is going to be, B dash. And then C dash is going to be at 4, 6. 4, 6 is going to be from 0, 4, and then 6. This is C dash. Then we're going to join our 2. We're going to join our joint. So that's going to be an enlargement. I'm sorry I took your time, fellows. Apologies. Next, question number 15. Yeah, you have it there. Trigonometry. So number C says, sorry, no, number 15. The diagram below shows a triangle DEF such that DE is 50 millimeters and EF is 65 millimeters, and the size of EDF is equal to 47.2 degrees. Show that the size of DEF is equals to 34.4, correct to 1 decimal place. So we are to show that the side D, the angle DFE, this angle there, we can call it theta. We are to show that it is 34 by that. So here we can use sine rule. So sine rule, remember, sine rule, but this is sine rule for the angle. Sine rule for the angle, we have to use that formula with sine at the top, which means that sine theta needs some space. Sine theta over 50 is equals to sine 47.2 over 65. And then next step, I'm putting a comma here. Don't put equal sign. Take 50 to the other side. Therefore, sine theta is equals to, I get a 50. 50 is beneath, so we're going to multiply by 50 both sides. There's going to be 50 times sine 47.2 over 65. You can punch that on a calculator also, then you get theta. Then you can punch that on a calculator and save it, and then after saving it, then you press sine inverse of that number. So and then the next step, take sine to the other side. You're going to have that theta is equals to sine inverse of 50 times sine 47.2 over 65. Then it gives us the answer. Then we punch and see. Sine inverse, open bracket, let me open again, open bracket, 50 times sine 47.2 close bracket over 65 close bracket. So I have that my answer is 34.46116328, rounded off to one decimal place. When you round 6, it will be a 2. I don't know, they made a mistake. When around 6, when you round off 6, this is one decimal place, you round this one, it rounds this, it's going to be 0.5, so it's going to be 34.5. I think they made a mistake, they did not round up, they rounded down. So yeah, that's it, or they used rounded values, but the answer should be that. I hope we are good, we can understand now. So then now the next question says calculate the area of the triangle. The area of a triangle, we know that is given by half AB times sine C. Yeah, half A times B times sine C. So therefore we can use these two dimensions. And the angle here. Remember that the angle there is 34 point. We can use the one they have given us. 34.4. Can use the angle 34.4, and then we can find this one. So it's simply 180 minus addition of the two. So the one here we're gonna have. Remember, interior angles of a triangle is 180. So it's 180 minus 47.2 plus 34.4, maybe then it will be 180 minus open bracket 47.2 plus 34.4 close bracket, then that is going to be 98.4. And then area of a triangle, it's going to be half AB 50 times 65 times sine 98.4. So simply that half times 50 times 65, half times 50 times 65 times sine 98.4. So then we're going to have 1000, this is area, We have 1607.567.567.541. So 37 figures. We're going to round this one. It will round up. Then we are going to get 1610 millimeters squared. I hope we are good. We understood. And the next one, in the diagram below, the points PQR lie on the circumference of a circle with center O, and the radius is 5.2, and the size of ORQ is 36. ORQ is 36 degrees. So calculate the size of OPQ. Remember that this line here is passing through the center. The line POR is passing through the center, which implies that it's a diameter. And we say that if it's a diameter, it means that it's partitioning the circle into two equal parts, which is a semicircle. And we have a property which says that an angle formed in a semicircle is 90, which means that we know that here is 90. We know that the total here is 90. So therefore, to get this angle, we are going to say 90 plus 36, remove them from 180. So this angle is going to be 180 minus 90 plus 36. So then it's going to be 180 minus 90 plus 36. It's going to be 54. So it's 54 degrees. This is degrees, guys. It's not a zero, please. This is smaller than a zero at the top there, like a power. Yeah. So yeah, we're good. And then now number B says calculate the line. Calculate the length of the line segment PQ. The line segment PQ. This one. You have to calculate its length. How much, Max? 2. Okay. So we are going to calculate the line segment of that one. So what do we have here? What can we use? Can we use the Pythagoras theorem? I don't know. The Pythagoras theorem, it will imply that we need this 90 degrees here, which means that we will need this one here. We will need to know the length of this one, the length of RQ. Length of RQ, is it given on the question? No, it's not given. RQ is not given on the question. So we'll only have this one. We'll only have those one of the two, which means the diameter will be 10.4. So now we don't have either. So by that, I think it will be easier for us when we use the isosceles triangle, because we know that here is 36. We have 54. We calculated here is 54. If this is 54, remember this is equal to that. They are both radiuses. They come from the center going to the circle, right? So therefore, if they are equal, it means that these ones are equal as well. These ones are 54 as well. So I wrote 540. Sorry about that. Okay, so if at all this is a 54 and this is a 54, then we're good. So now the question was, say we should find what? My God, I forgot. Okay, it was looking for this length. It was looking for this length here. So therefore now we need to find this angle. How much is this angle? Is 54 is 180 minus 54 plus 54. So it's going to be 180 minus 54 plus 54. The 54s added together, we're removing them from 180. So it's going to be a 72. So we have a 72 there. So now we have that length. We're going to use sine rule probably here. So we are going to say that let me rub. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. I hope you heard whatever I was saying. So upon rubbing, yeah, I'm gonna write again. So we have a 54 for this, 54 for that, and we have a 72 for that, and we are looking for this. Remember, 5.2 this side as well. So now we are looking for the length for dimension again. So we can say x. This is going to be x over sine 72 sine root. X is what you are looking for. Sine angle opposite to it, right? The opposite to each other is equals to 5.2 times sine 54 over 5.2 over sine 54. Then multiplying everything by sine 72, we are going to have that x is equals to 5.2 times sine 72 over sine 54. Then you're going to punch that on a calculator. 5.2 times sine 72 equals that divided by sine 54. Then you're going to get 61. I did not use right values. Sorry about that. It was not 5.2 that one. It was not. 5.2 times sine 72. Sine 72. Yeah, we get 4.9 something. Then divided by sine 54. So then the answer will be 6.112966.624. So then final answer, length. Remember, this answer is not ending, so therefore we round it off. 3 cent figures, 2 rounds down, so you're gonna have 6.11. Question number 17. I hope you're good. I hope you're good on that one. Question number 17 says the diagram below shows a solid hemispherical wooden artifact of radius 5. A hemispherical wooden artifact of radius 5 centimeters. Calculate the volume of the artifact. Volume. First of all, we need to know volume of a cylinder. Remember, a hemisphere is half of a cylinder. I'm not sure. I think is 4/3 times pi r cubed. Pi r cubed. Let's go check out the formulas, fellows. Myself, I forget. Volume of a sphere is total surface area. Volume is 4/3 times pi 4/3 pi r cubed. I hope we found it. So we're good. Yeah, it was fine. So it says we should find the volume of that effect. So it's going to be 5/3 times pi times 5 cubed. So we are simply going to calculate that on our calculator. It's easy. 4/5 using brackets, 4/3 in brackets times pi times 5 cubed times 5 to the power 3. So it's going to be 523.5987756. Rounding it off to 3 cent figures, because this is not exact, it's going to be, this one is going to round up. It's going to have 4 here. So it's 524. It's 524 centimeter cubed. Then number B says the entire surface area of the artifact is to be covered with a clear varnish. Calculate the total surface area to be covered with a varnish. Total surface area of a sphere is going to be, I think we saw it in the formula there. So it's of a sphere is going to be 4 pi r squared. That is for a ball, or for a spherical ball, should we say. for a sphere is going to be that of a ball. But now we need half of a ball. Half of a ball, or it's going to be 4 pi r squared divided by 2, which is 2 pi r squared. So it's going to be 4 pi r squared over 2 plus the flat part which is in the middle, that flat part of a sphere, because this is solid. So the flat part in the middle is going to be how much? That is a complete circle. So area of a circle. Area of a circle is how much? Pi r squared. So you're going to simply add those. So you're going to have 2 pi r squared, r is 5, plus pi r squared. Then you're going to have 3 pi r squared. Okay, calculate it. Sorry. Here r is a 5. Is it even visible enough, this one? It's not. So you're going to have it's going to be 5 squared. So we're going to have 3 pi r squared. Calculating that, 2 times pi times 5 squared plus pi times 5 squared. It's going to be 235.619449. So 2 times pi times 5 squared plus pi times 5 squared. 235.6191449. Rounding it off, round 6, it goes to the other side, so it's 236 approximate. 236. Then question number 18, it says a cumulative frequency curve below represents the distribution of the marks of 200 students. Cumulative curve there. And then it says use the curve to estimate the median mark. Remember, the median, in such a case, we're going to need the position of the median. Median, remember, is half of our data. Our data goes to 200, so therefore our position is going to be 200 over 2. Median is the midpoint over 2, so it's going to be 100. We are going to go to 100. Where is 100? So it says the median mark here. It's going to be 100. Come like that, 100 along that line, and then down a little bit to the left of this line. So it's going to be 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, it's going to be 43, maybe. It's going to be 43. 43. So it's going to be in the ranges of 43 to, or maybe 42 to 44, something like that, because we don't see the same. And then number Roman 2, it says the number of students who obtained at least 60 marks. Those who obtained at least 60 marks is here, the list, which means we are looking for those students. 60 going to 100. So how many? We go along that line of 60. Just go along that solid one, and then you get there. You get along to that one. This is 60. Then is 160, 180. So therefore 70 is going to be in the middle. So it's going to be 5, 10, no, 15, 20. No, it's going to be what? 0.25. 25, 60.25. No. 0.25 is going to be a half. 0.25 is going to be a half. So it's going to be 5, 10. Oh, I'm failing. Okay. So half is going to be equals to a 2. A half is going to be equals to a 2. So it's going to be 2, 4. So it's going to be from 64. Let me see. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay, so it's going to be a 4. So remember, it's on the second line, line 1, line 2. Or should I enlarge? Okay, it's going to be from line 1, then line 2. So this is 4, 8, 10, 12. What's happening? 4, 8, 12, 16. So I said a half is going to be a 4. So it's going to be 8. I'm confused. I'm confused. Okay. Let me see well. How many boxes do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 boxes for 20. For 20 steps. Which means that 2.5 is a 10. Therefore, if 2.5 is a 10, it means that 2 boxes is 8. So far this is going to be 8. So it's going to be 168. 168. At 168, remember the question, what is the question saying? The number of students who obtained at least. These are the students who got 60 and below. But we are looking for those 60 and above. So it's going to be these ones, the ones in this bracket. 200 minus 168. This is going to be 200 minus 168. Minus 168. It almost hammered me. 200 minus 168. It's going to be 32. There's going to be 32 students. And then number B says, what is the probability that a student chosen at a random obtained at least 60 marks? How many obtained 60 marks? 32. At least 60 marks, 32. Over total number of students, 200. Then you simplify that. 32 divided by 200. So simplifying it is going to be a 4 over 25. 4 over 25. So fellows, this is where our revision will end for today. This is 2015 paper 2. So go on, revise, work on time, work on your steps, mathematical steps, and on your precision. Don't read a question once like me. Make sure you read a question many times, maybe 2 times also, so that you can get an understanding. Because myself, I'm doing this because I have revised this more than 5 times also, maybe 10. Yeah, like I've revised it for many times. So that's it. Peace out. Go pass. Go get your future. Fetch it. Have a good night.